Encourage is the word for cardamom. Think of fortitude. Think of being brave for times when you're stretched, when you're having to pull on all your resources. Let me show you what cardamom actually comes from. It comes from these little seed pods. If you break them open, there's these little smaller seeds inside the pod, and that's where the aroma comes from, the essential oil comes from. Cardamom is one of the oldest spices. It has been used for 3,000 years, particularly with Indian Ayurvedic medicine and also in China. It's also the third most expensive spice in the world, even today. Cardamom is one of the best oils for colds and flus, and it has the ability, like all essential oils do, to help to purify the air. And they do this because all essential oils are antibacterial, antimicrobial to a greater or lesser degree. Cardamom actually is to a greater degree, and it's very good for putting into the air. So in the diffuser is a fabulous spot for cardamom essential oil, often with lemon or even a bit of eucalyptus if you've got a cold. But I just love the spicy smell that cardamom gives, because cardamom, as we've already mentioned, is a spice. It also is it's got a very yang quality. So it's very masculine. It's also very warming. So it's really good if you've got bad circulation or particularly cold hands, cold feet, and when you've got a cold or a flu, feeling warm is quite nice. This is actually my husband's. I've written on here encourage because that's the word for cardamom that we're using. It's a middle note, so it tends to linger nicely, doesn't evaporate very quickly, and this is his aftershave. Now, he puts this, we made this up for him, it's got a drop of cardamom in it, it's also got other essential oils in it, in a base of jojoba. Now, it's in a roller bottle, and he then puts that on as a way to smell good. This is also a great way to use cardamom for colds and flus, just rubbing it on, already pre-diluted into the chest, or rubbing it into your body and your skin so that you get the benefits of the oil when you've got a cold or flu. Why cardamom does work on helping to relieve the symptoms of colds and flus is that it's very high in a naturally occurring chemical component called cineol, 1,8 cineol to be exact. In fact, cardamom has between 25 and 44% cineol. Now, cineol has been therapeutically proven to help relieve the symptoms of colds and flus. So that's a great thing. Except cineol also can be not that great for children. So oils that are high in cineol, like cardamom, eucalyptus is another one. There's a list of them. If they're high in cineol, it's good not to put them on or anywhere near a child's mouth or nose. Now, that's always a bit hard to remember. So, luckily the app, the Joy Sprinkler Essential Oil app, tells you when an oil is high in cineol, because it's just too much to remember. This guy here is Ganesh. Ganesh is a Hindi deity, and he's renowned for being the remover of obstacles. Now, I think of India and cardamom and removing all the congestion and stuff, the mucus from colds and flus, and also from digestion. In fact, cardamom spice is one of the spices that you get in chai tea, which is interesting because chai tea is very popular in India or in the Western world now, and it wasn't actually created or developed in India until the 19th century. So it's interesting that cardamom is one of the spices in chai tea because it helps with your digestion, particularly the digestion of milk and dairy. Because, did you know that about 3/4 of the Indian population are actually intolerant to lactose? Very interesting. So cardamom is very good for getting things moving. Now, Valerie Worwood, I loved and adored her books 30 years ago when I was studying aromatherapy first. This one, she talks about the personality, mood and emotions for each of the essential oils, and I have to read you cardamoms. Cardamom personalities are strong, forthright, motivating and enthusiastic. They instill inspiration in others and tend to make good leaders. Thank you, Valerie. That is cardamom's personality. I think I might be a cardamom. So, remember, always look for the joy because it is always there. Still too short. We need to tilt you up that way. It's of actually breaking down the... Let me show you what cardamom actually comes from. Oops, well that didn't work. Try again.